everybody, hope you're all well. This video is gonna be a festive season party makeup tutorial. Now, I'm not a makeup artist, but this is a signature look that I have been recreating every year when it comes to the holiday season. It's very easy to do and I think it's an all-time classic. The makeup look I'm talking about is a classic goldeny eye with a red lip combination. I think this is quite an old school Hollywood classic glam look, if you wish. Very easy to do, as I said, and I think you cannot get more festive than that. So if you're someone that you have a lot of parties to attend to, or if you're thinking how you can up your makeup game when it comes to the holiday season, then please keep on watching. Now, I've already moisturized and prepped my skin and I'm gonna go straight into my foundation. Now, because I want this look to be very glowy, I'm gonna mix in two foundations. So I'm gonna combine my YSL All Hours foundation, which is quite a full coverage but matte foundation, and to that I'm gonna add a couple of drops of my Giorgio Armani Maestro Glow. This is a very dewy foundation and I'm gonna mix the two because, as I said, I want to be as dewy as possible. I'm gonna go in with a pump. Let me just give it a really good shake of this one. I'm gonna go in with a pump of this, and to that I'm gonna add a couple of drops of the Giorgio Maestro Glow. 1, 2. That is more than enough. Doing a little bit of chemistry, a little bit of mixing here and there. Actually, let me just zoom you in so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so as I said, I'm now adding my foundation and I've mixed the two. I'm gonna blend in this one with my fingers just because I like blending foundation with my fingers lately. And then I'm gonna take a beauty sponge or a beauty blender and just go over it. But initially I like to do it with my fingers. I find that applying makeup with your fingers, it gives it a little bit of more natural and seamless finish. You don't get the brush strokes. And I'm gonna go all the way up to the hairline. If you are using a quite glowy foundation already, then there is no need for you to mix in two foundations. My foundation, the All Hours one, is quite matte, therefore I'm adding a few drops of the Giorgio Armani one. But if you are someone that you're already using a glowy foundation, then this step is not necessary. Okay, now that I applied the foundation with my fingers, I'm gonna go in with a beauty sponge and I'm gonna go over it just to make sure that everything is blended and well incorporated. Now, once we feel happy with the way our foundation is blended, I'm gonna go in with some concealer. My concealer of choice is the Too Faced Born This Way. This is quite a natural concealer, so if you have more areas to conceal, then use something a little bit stronger. But for me, this is alright. The only problem with this concealer is that I need to set it up with powder, otherwise it creases a lot. So I'm using basically that under my eye area, a little bit around my nose because I tend to get a little bit of redness there, a little bit here. And then with my beauty sponge, I'm gonna blend that in. Now I'm gonna powder, but I'm gonna focus mainly on my under eye area just to set my concealer. Because I want this look to be quite glowy and dewy, I'm not gonna powder anywhere else, just on my T-zone and underneath my eyes. And for that, I'm gonna use a MAC 150 brush, and my powder of choice is the only powder I've got at the moment, to be honest, and it's the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And I'm trying to just set my powder. And then just a tiny bit on my T-zone, nowhere else. Next up, I'm going to give myself some cheekbones, and for that I'm going to use the Kevyn Aucoin translucent powder in the same medium. And I have here a NARS brush, So I'm just gonna dig that into the powder, and so ever slightly I'm gonna find the hollows of my cheekbones and just apply the powder. And I'm now gonna do the exact same thing on the other side of my face. On top of that, I'm gonna go in with some bronzer, and there is no surprise here. I'm gonna use my Bobbi Brown bronzer in Natural One with a Bobbi Brown bronzer brush. I'm gonna bronze a little bit my face, and I'm gonna start from my forehead, and I'm gonna go all the way on the forehead line, just where the sun would naturally hit you. My cheeks, and I'm gonna bring the bronzer over my nose like that. This is not something I do all the time, but it's something that I like doing lately, so I always take whatever is left on my brush over my nose, and then I'm also gonna take that underneath my chin, just to make my chin a little bit more sharp, and then I'm gonna bring it down my neck. Now, in terms of blush, I'm gonna use the tiniest amount, just because I am someone with rosacea, so my mission to life is try to counteract the redness. So by adding a lot of blush, you know, that cancels the whole point really. But my blush of choice for this makeup look is gonna be the Cloud Paint in the color Dusk. This is by Glossier in its cream cheek color, and I'm literally gonna use the slightest amount, and I'm gonna blend that with my fingers initially, and then I'm gonna take my beauty sponge and blend it a little bit more. So this is how much I'm using, so literally the tiniest amount, and I'm gonna smile and just blend that in like so. I'm not bringing the blush too low because I feel that this look ages me, so I'm keeping the blush quite high up on my cheek area, and I'm just blending, 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 and then I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. And then with my beauty sponge, I'm gonna go over it and just make sure that there are no harsh lines and that everything is blended seamlessly. Okie dokie, now I'm gonna go in with some highlighter, and I'm gonna use both a cream and a powder highlighter just because I really want this look to be so glowy and festive. And for that, I'm gonna initially go in with the Glossier Halo Scope in the color Quartz. On its own, this is a really nice everyday color, but I'm gonna use it on my cheeks today. I'm just taking it up like so, and make sure you warm it up a little bit first because it may drag your foundation. And then I'm blending it in with my beauty sponge again. And then on top of that, I'm gonna take MAC 224 brush. This is basically an eyeshadow brush, but I like to use it for the highlighter. And then I'm gonna take my trusty Becca highlighter in the color Champagne Pop. This is much more goldeny and warm color. It has broken, unfortunately, so I cannot travel with it. And I'm gonna apply it on top of where I put the stick highlighter. So at the very high points of my cheeks. Here and here, and I'm gonna bring some a little bit down the bridge of my nose, and then a little bit on my cupid's bow. And again, using my sponge again, my beauty sponge again, I'm just gonna go over it once again just to make sure that everything is blended nicely. Okay, now that face is kind of done, I'm gonna go in with my brows, and for that I'm gonna use the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I don't want to go too heavy with the brows, so I'm just gonna try and keep them quite natural. So now once you're happy with the shape of your brows, take any brow gel of your choice. I have here the Glossier Boy Brow, and I'm gonna go over it just to make sure that my brows are set in place. Okay, brows done. Okay, so I zoomed you in a little bit. I really hope that you'll now be able to see how I'm gonna create the eye look. I'm gonna start with a cream shadow. Now, I have one here from Tom Ford. This is one of his duo shadows where the cream is on the bottom and the glitter is on top. I'm just gonna use the cream shadow, but any cream shadow of your choice in a goldeny color or in a similar color will do. And we're gonna start with this just to use it as a base. Now you can apply your cream shadow by using a flat brush, anything like the MAC 242, but I like to apply the cream shadow with my fingers best, because I feel that in this way I have much more control rather than with a brush. So I'm just dipping my finger in here and I start to apply the shadow on my eyelid. Starting your eye makeup look with a cream shadow really helps, because whatever eyeshadow you put on top, it literally just sticks on top of it, and this helps a lot with the longevity of the eye look. So I'm applying with one finger and then I'm using another finger just to blend. And it's more of a patting motion that I'm doing rather than swiping motion. Okay, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other eye, just blending and applying and blending with my finger. I'm using my ring finger to apply, and then I use my pinky to blend. Just make sure you blend so there are no hard edges. Okay. Guys, see, I'm not really sure. Let me zoom you even more. Okay, so this is how the cream eyeshadow or the base of our look looks like. Now for my actual shadow, I'm gonna use an oldie but a goodie, and I'm gonna use the MAC Amber Lights, which is this color right here. Now I chose the specific shadow because it's a shadow that you can buy as a mono shadow from MAC, and I think it's quite a popular eyeshadow, and it's an eyeshadow that a lot of people have already. So for that look, I'm gonna take a MAC 242 brush, and I'm just gonna dip it into Amber Lights, which is this one right here, and I'm gonna pack it on top of that cream shadow. I'm not going to take the shadow too high, because I'm going to use a different color for my crease. I really like this color. I find it's the most beautiful, burned, orangey, goldeny color. Don't worry, I know it's a little bit scary. It looks a little bit scary right now, but I'm going to blend it. Now I'm going to take a MAC 217 brush, a blending brush, and I'm going to dip it into this color right here, which is Texture, and it's like a mid-tone to warm brown, but any mid-tone to warm brown will do. And I'm just gonna apply that color on my crease whilst at the same time blending the two shadows together. So this is what I'm gonna do. You really want to make sure that the shadow is blended, you guys. And again, I'm dipping it into Texture. As I said, if you don't have Texture, that's fine. I'm pretty sure almost all eyeshadow palettes have a warm or mid-tone brown that you could use instead of this one. So just use whatever you've got. Now I'm gonna even take another, this is a Real Techniques blending brush, and I'm just gonna go over it and blend a little bit more just to make sure, you know, sure that everything is blended. For me, this is the most important thing. You know, take as long as you like whilst blending. The more you blend, the more seamless your eye look will become. Once you're happy with blending, take any pencil brush you've got. I have one here from Zoeva. This is the 2-3 Lux pencil brush. And go back into your brown, in my case texture. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it underneath my lower eye and make sure I connect these two shadows at the end. So just taking that and applying it underneath my eye. Into texture. And I bring it down. Now because I want my eyes to pop a little bit more, I'm gonna go into a darker brown. I'm gonna go into this one right here. This is Swiss Chocolate by MAC again. This is a matte. And I'm just gonna take the slightest amount and I'm gonna apply it again on my lower lashes. Only this time I'm gonna focus on the outer part of my eye. So I'm not gonna bring it all the way in as I did with texture. I'm just gonna put the majority of the shadow on the outer corner right here. Into Swiss Chocolate again. I'm pretty sure that if there are any makeup artists watching this video right now, they're gonna laugh out with my technique, but what can I say? This is how I've been doing my makeup, you guys. So I'm not gonna go in with an eyeliner, but I'm not gonna use a black one just because I think the black will be a little bit too harsh. If you like the look of the black eyeliner, by all means go for it. I'm just gonna use one from Chanel this time, which is the color Agape, and it's a really nice metallic, almost warm brown, and I'm gonna tight line but also use it along my lower waterline. So I'm gonna take it in and on the other eye, and I'm gonna take it on my upper line. I know it creeps a lot of people out. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it a little bit on the along my lash line, but very, very closely. And then I'm gonna take a pencil brush and just blend it out because I don't want the line to be too obvious. As I was saying, if you're someone that you prefer to go with a black, go for it. I just think for this specific look, a dark brown will look nicer. Now for some under the brow highlight, I'm gonna go back into my MAC palette and I'm gonna use the color Nylon, and I'm gonna use a flat brush, but you can definitely use your finger, and I'm gonna go into this beautiful color Nylon right here. Again, all these colors that I'm mentioning you can buy individually, and I'm gonna go right underneath the arch of my brow bone and just highlight there, and then bring it a little bit outwards. Like so. And the exact same thing on the other eye. And then just blend it a little bit. Now for my inner corners, I'm going to use the exact same color and just go in and just highlight. There was a time when everybody was like literally mad over Nylon. Yeah, I really like how it turned out. Now I'm gonna go in and apply some mascara. Obviously, if you want to take this makeup look a step further, you can go in and apply fake lashes. I'm really rubbish at applying fake lashes myself, so I'm gonna save myself the humiliation and just go in with some mascara. The mascara that I'm using is a L'Oreal one, and it's the Volume Medium Lashes in Extra Black. I have to warn you, this is not the best mascara, but it's the only one I've got at the moment, so I'm gonna make it work, but I'm pretty sure there are other greater mascaras out there, but yeah, this is just happens to be the mascara that I've got left. It's not a bad mascara, but it's for sure not one of my top mascaras. You see the name tricks you, it says volume million lashes, and you think it's going to be very volumizing, but I find it to be more lengthening than volumizing. And then I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes, just the tiniest amount. Now for the lip of my choice, I'm going to go in with the Chanel Rouge Allure in the color 175. Obviously you can go in with any red that you like. This is literally the red that I like the most, and it's this kind of true red like here. Sorry if I'm gonna be silent, you guys, but applying a red lip whilst talking is not the great idea, so. I'm gonna pat it with my finger because I want to give it more of a worn look rather than a perfect applied red lip. Obviously, if you are someone that you like your lips to be a little bit more glossy, you can by all means go in with a lip gloss on top of it and give it more of a more shiny, glossy look. I'm someone that I really like my matte, so I'm gonna leave it as it is, but as I said, if you are someone that you like your lips to be a little bit more glossy, I think a really nice sheer lip gloss on top of it will be ideal for the festive season. I'm pretty sure Chanel do some really nice red lipsticks as well, in case you're interested. So this is the finished look, you guys. I really hope you liked it. I believe it's a look very easy to do and very easy to recreate. If you like this video, as always, give it a thumbs up, and if you are thinking of recreating this makeup look, then by all means let me know in the comments down below. That is everything from me, you guys. Have a lovely week, and I shall see you all next week with another video. Bye, you guys.